But I wouldn't like to have been caught out of them. Right, you want to join us, give us a ring. About 11 o'clock is we're going to be talking to Trevor about his 10. 01517081059 is the number. There, interesting start to the night. Dear, oh dear. He was going to talk about prisons, but he decided to use foul language instead. Oh, Bob.
That was a bit of a shock, wasn't it, Pete?
Long time since we've had one of them.
You get no swearing off me.
No. Good Christian.
Yes, well, that's right today. We're all human and we've all got our failings. But it's good to focus on God, though, because he always brings you back to being a decent person, you know, to being someone who's prepared to understand others, you know.
It's interesting you say that, because I'm doing, and I don't want to give too much away because we're doing a lot of work on it, but we're doing a big thing, a big series about religion and burial, and it's amazing the amount of people that are atheists, amazing amount of people that don't have a humanist ceremony these days. I was really shocked.
Yeah, well, I think there's been a big culture shift, hasn't it, now? The new orthodoxy is sort of godlessness, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I don't know whether I think that's leading us down very dark roads, but people are going along that road.
Hasn't there always been people like that, Bob?
Well, they're not. I mean, yeah, obviously, but, you know, normally we were a Christian nation and we value Christian ideas and Christian burial and Christian view of eternity. And you take that away, and what have people got to replace it with? I mean, it seems to me that, you know, the family's in breakdown. Abortion now's accepted, where in the past, you know, life was sacred from, you know, conception, really. The child in the womb was a very sacred thing in our Christian culture, but now you can kill a child in the womb, you know, like you drop a hat. So where are we going, Pete? We're not going into pleasant places, I'll tell you that.
Interesting. Huh?
But I wanted to really reflect on what happened in Manchester, because that, well, in a sense, I mean, Islam is obviously stepping into the shoes that Christianity once had in the society, and it's making claims, spiritual claims. But for me, there was an imam, he spoke last week, and I was really interested in listening to him. His name was Imam Tawhidi. And he said, we've got to be honest as Muslims, he said. It says in the Quran that it is almost the duty of Muslims to kill non-believers. He said that is in the Quran, and we have to confess that. And he said, I want to take that out of the Quran. I want to reform Islam. But then the response came straight away, Islam cannot be reformed, because they believe the Quran is the word of Allah, and that it's not for humans to reform it. So he's let the cat out the bag, really. He said, look, it's legitimate for Muslims to kill non-Muslims.
I didn't see that clip. I must have
to look up his name, Imam Tawhidi. He was on their social media, like. But
oh, social media. So it wasn't on the national news television or anything. It was on social media, right?
Well, I don't think we're getting the proper coverage. You see, this is the problem now. When we had the mass murder in Tunisia, where the guy just opened up with a machine gun on the beach, we thought we couldn't get to deeper levels of depravity than that, you know. But we've just forgotten about that now. People stopped going to Tunisia. And we just carried on as if nothing else was going to happen. And then this act, for me, it's the most evil act of my lifetime in Britain. Mm-hmm. To go, and there, he's conscious. This guy's conscious. He's looking at young children. Yeah. Leave him this arena, young girls, and he's just purposely blown it to bits with a horrendous nail bomb. Apparently there were limbs flying through the air. So the guy, one of the ambulance guys, he went to sort of try if he could find any survivors, and he said there was mobile phones going off left, right, and centre, you know, on these dead bodies. Yeah. He said it was a horrible scene. I mean, the IRA were despicable people. They left bombs in pubs. They blew up, as we know, Jonathan Ball and Tim Paddy in Warrington. They were evil people. But you always felt with the IRA, you could negotiate with these people. At the end of the day, they had a campaign and they would stop that evil. But with these jihadis, there's no end to it. You know it's not going to end. You know it. There's another atrocity round the corner. And we just can't brush up the glass, bury the bodies, think life's going to go on as normal. We've got to come to terms with what we're facing in our society. We don't know what beast is being let loose in our society. I mean, the police now are saying there might be 30,000 jihadis in this society. But jihad is part of the Islamic faith. Any Muslim can turn to jihad. Any Muslim
any Christian could turn to jihad if they want to convert.
Well, I don't think people are scared of Christians in the society, Pete, today.
I'm scared of anybody who's carrying a gun, and there's shootings in this city, sadly, with people who don't give a damn about religion. They just shoot people because it's about drugs.
What's amazing about these jihadists is they'll give their lives. They actually think they're doing something noble.
Look at the Japanese when they were, suicide bombers themselves in planes.
Yeah, but we haven't got 4 million Japanese in our society, Pete. We don't have to worry about the Japanese.
No, but you're making out that these are something unique and something new. It's not something new. It's happened before in history, sadly.
I think it's new for us in Britain to have a faith here which embraces these ideas and which has the potential...
Well, you see, none of my Muslim friends embrace those ideas, you see, Bob. None of them at all. Not one of them.
Well, this is the point. You see, this guy, Salman Abedi, he was well known in the Islamic community. He was a regular attender at the mosque. I mean, he went virtually every day.
And he got thrown out of the mosque as well.
But he knew the imam. The imam knew him.
The imam and the chairman threw him out because of his behaviour, because he wouldn't take his shoes off in the mosque. So they threw him out.
I know, but he used to pray in the street, and apparently he used to go out on the pavement and shout out his prayers. But nobody in the Muslim community there, over the last 5 years, reported this guy to the police.
Right, well, here, what a great example. You heard it, nobody else heard it. You just heard somebody incredibly vile to me on the radio, which nobody heard, because I cut it off. Do I go to the police about him?
He's not going to plant a bomb.
How do we know? How do we know? How do we know he's not going to massacre me? How do we know he's not going to kill me?
I'll tell you why. Right. He hasn't got an Islamic ideology. He hasn't read the Quran.
So him talking to me like that you just heard, nobody else heard, that doesn't mean he's a danger?
Not in the same way as a Muslim jihadist is, of course not. I mean, these guys have got weapons.
How can you possibly say that when you don't know? You heard the venom in his voice. How can you judge that? Some of these jihadists are gentle people in real life. So how can you judge? How do we judge anybody?
You see, the jihad, I mean, when 9/11 took place, I think it was over 3,000 people were killed at 9/11. Mm-hmm. Since then, there's been thousands upon thousands of jihadist attacks. This is like a worldwide campaign of terror. And this guy, Salman Abedi, is just the latest example. We know there's going to be many, many, many more.
Tell you what, Bob, hold it there. I'm going to take a break. I'll let you come back on, but just hold it there a second, because I don't want to get behind on what I'm doing tonight. But I'm talking to Bob, and you know Bob's views, and he'll carry on with his views in a moment.
My thing, minimalism. I like to pretend I'm living in a Scandinavian furniture catalogue. I like any colour, as long as it's white, absolute white, white cotton, white mist. The only threesome I want. So when I got a red coffee machine for my birthday, it was never going to work. So sadly, it had to go.
Make more with eBay by selling your things for just £1 per item. eBay. Find your thing. Until 29th of May, activate your offer at ebay.co.uk/promo. Excludes business sellers. Terms and restrictions apply.
¿Dónde está el restaurante? ¿Dónde está el restaurante? ¿Dónde está el restaurante?
Summer's not that far away, and with EasyJet holidays you can save up to £100 if you get in early and book your package holiday now with a low deposit of £60, which should leave you plenty of time to brush up on the lingo. Visit easyjet.com/holidays. Why not? Until protected, minimum booking value applies. Deposit on selected holidays. Terms and conditions apply. See easyjet.com/holidays.
Some things are just better with two, like the ping pong, the hide and seek. Coming, ready or not, a phone call. Hello, anyone? And of course, going to the movies. Which is why only CompareTheMarket.com customers get 2-for-1 cinema tickets with Meerkat Movies. Because movies are better with two. Qualifying purchase required. Tuesdays or Wednesdays, participating cinemas. Standard tickets only, cheapest ticket free. One membership for 12 months, conditions apply.
You know you're Baroque from your rock. From your contemporary jazz, from your German underground progressive minimal techno. But do you know your pension options?
PensionWise is a service set up by the government to provide free, impartial guidance about your pension pot. If you're over 50, call 0800 138 1888 to book your free telephone or face-to-face appointment. PensionWise. Get to know your options.
I'm here with triathlon stars, the brilliant Brownlee brothers. Hello, boys. They've just been to Aldi and stocked up on Super 6 fruit and veg. What do you think, Johnny?
Amazing.
There's nectarines, mango and mushrooms, 55p. Baby corn, rhubarb and green beans, also just 55p. Johnny's bought so much he's staggering with his bags. Alistair, I think you're going to have to help him.
What? Again?
Win gold with Aldi's amazing Super 6.
Heads or tails? Red or black? Sometimes taking a chance means big rewards. So if you dream of a job in the creative industry, listen up. Making Creativity Work is a free, flexible training program funded by the European Social Fund and delivered by the Bauer Academy. Print journalism, radio, digital marketing, fashion. We're home to the hands-on experience, practical skills and industry experts you need to get the job you want. If you're unemployed and aged over 19, apply now at makingcreativitywork.co.uk. Eligibility criteria applies.
You know the saying, blink and you'll miss it? Well, you could use it for TalkTalk's Fibre Flash sale. Because for a very short time you can get TalkTalk Fibre, which is 4 times faster than standard ADSL broadband, for just £25 a month including line rental, for 2 whole years. It's Britain's lowest priced fibre compared to Sky, BT and Virgin over 24 months, saving you up to £535 versus BT. But hurry, the flash sale ends on Thursday. Search TalkTalk Fibre and join now. TalkTalk, for everyone.
Comparison with BT excludes voucher and is based on TalkTalk's faster up to 38 meg and BT's Infinity One up to 52 meg packages. Contract and conditions apply.
At Homebase, we're all about big value for your bank holiday weekend. Charcoal barbecues start from just £9.97 and gas barbecues from only £99.99. Homebase, always low prices.